Let's say you're thinking about buying a Volkswagen Golf. You're probably also going to be considering a Ford Focus or a Vauxhall Astra. But I actually think the biggest competitor to the Golf is this, the new Volkswagen Polo. It's like sibling rivalry gone mad.
The Polo first went on sale in the mid-70s, and over the past 5 generations it has sold more than 40 million units worldwide.
This is the 6th generation version of the Volkswagen Polo. I'm going to talk you around the design now. So it's got Volkswagen's new design language, which involves a lot of creases. It's like they've got a special creasing machine and they've just gone crazy with it on this car because there's there's creases everywhere. And then there's other things. So for instance, this car is the High Line, so it's the posher version, so you get nice chrome bits of trim. If you want, you can get the car with all LED headlamps. They replace the top end xenons of the previous generation Polo. Now you can get in 14 different colours. This one is called Energetic Orange. Yeah, right, if you don't like it, don't worry, there's 13 others to choose from. This car's got a contrasting black roof. Now the Polo, the new one, is only available as a 5-door. There's no 3-door version anymore. There is one thing I've noticed down here though, even though this is a modern car, it's got old-fashioned drum brakes at the rear. So the front are discs, so you can think of those as being like Spotify. This, well, that's like vinyl. Now some people prefer vinyl than digital music, and it's the same with drum brakes. They like drum brakes on the rear because it allows you to do handbrake turns easily. Yeah, that's really important now, isn't it? So around the back, you can get the car with LED tail lamps, and it all looks very smart and tidy. You can get the car in an R-Line version, which has sportier trinkets like a bigger roof spoiler, and of course there will be a proper GTI version as well. Now this Polo, it starts from £13,500, and actually when you look at the monthly payments on a PCP, it's going to be very similar per month as something like a Ford Fiesta and a Vauxhall Corsa. Now if you click up there, you can go to carwow.co.uk, you can build your ideal car online, then you'll get 5 top offers back from great dealers in 24 hours, so you can just compare offers and just see what you can get this car for.
This new Polo is considerably larger than the old one. In fact, it's bigger than a Golf from the early noughties in all but length.
Now I've always thought of the Polo as being a small car, but this new one doesn't feel like it. Here in the back, it's much bigger than before. In fact, I think there's pretty much the same amount of room as you get in the back of a Golf. In fact, the boot is pretty much the same size as the Golf's, as well as I'll demonstrate to you now by childishly climbing into it. So the amount of space you've got here is actually really incredible. This is not very mature, is it? But I'm just trying to give you a demonstration. So yeah, the space, that is more boot space than you get with a Ford Focus.
The Polo's equipment list is also bigger than the Ford's, as it pretty much matches that of the Golf, and that includes the latest safety kit too.
The car is available with blind spot monitoring, so when a vehicle enters your blind spot, if you watch, you'll see you get a little warning light show up there in the wing mirror, so you don't accidentally weave into something like that, which you definitely don't want to do. Also, it comes with auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection. And then there's the cruise control. So the old Polo had cruise control, but this one has active cruise control. So once you've set the speed that you want, so let's go pretty quickly, you can use this other button to keep you a safe distance from the car in front. If you decide that you're getting a little bit too close, it will automatically brake the car. So there we go, it's braking and keeping me a safe distance from that. And I can alter the distance with this button here. Now, if you've got the automatic version of this Polo, it will actually brake the car down to a complete standstill if you're in stop-start traffic, so you don't really have to do anything, the car will just control it for you. And it's quite unusual for the car to be able to do that when it's still got a manual handbrake. We all know having a manual handbrake is good for obvious reasons.
Unfortunately, you can't turn the electronic stability control off, so you can never do a proper handbrake turn. However, what you can do is change the look of the instrument dials if you order the excellent optional digital driver's display.
In the UK, all Polos get an 8-inch touchscreen, so this is actually the top of the range one, and I have navigation built in. You also have stuff like App Connect, which is for your Android Auto, and your CarPlay for your Apple phone. And it's fairly easy to navigate, nice and easy to use, dead simple as you'd imagine. Also, you control the car's driving modes through here, if you have driving modes on your car. And look, Look at this, right? This is interesting. Sport Select Suspension. So you can change the stiffness of the suspension if you want the car to feel more sporty. Now, it's quite interesting having that adaptive system on a small car such as this. There are a few things I don't like about this infotainment screen. You haven't got actual physical shortcut buttons on the side. They're touch sensitive, so they're a bit hard to operate while you're driving. And if you look at this, because it's all glossy, when you turn it off, the screen gets all greasy fingerprints on it. I mean, my hands feel as dry as ancient papyrus, but it looks like I'm sweating WD-40.
Yeah, that's just yuck. And you may think the garish dash trim is too. Don't worry though, there are 7 other colours to choose from. Pick the right one and the Polo is a posh little car to sit in.
Now, Volkswagen have fitted this car with soft touch materials on the dash, and it feels just as soft and yielding as the dash in an Audi A4, and it certainly passes, I haven't done this for a while actually, the carwow flick test. Look, I can flick it. Now, if I was to have done that in a Seat Ibiza, which is pretty much the same car, yeah, that's got a really hard dash, and I'll have bruised my fingernails and they'd have probably dropped off in a couple of days.
However, is the Polo car which will make you drop off behind the wheel when you drive it?
Well, okay, it doesn't feel quite as sporty or as fun as a Ford Fiesta, but really, do you care? This car is more comfortable. Also, it's dead easy to drive. It is, it's just so easy, all the controls lovely, you get a good view out of it, and it handles well enough. It's really good. It's very much like a Golf actually, and you can get pretty much the same engines you can with the Golf as well. This one has the 1 litre turbo petrol, and it's a good engine. It's all you really need. It's pretty economical. It's got decent performance. The only thing is, it kind of makes that noise when you rev it really hard. Gets a little bit rough, but other than that, it's okay. As for the rest of the ambience, well, yeah. Is this Polo as quiet as a Golf? Now, I personally think it is, but I want you to decide for yourself. And to do that, I've done a little test.
Earlier in the day, while I was at noisy Hamburg airport, I used the car as a sound recording booth to record some voiceover for my Porsche Cayenne video. If you click on the pop-out banner, you can actually watch that video to see if the Polo's insulation managed to keep out the background noise from the people, traffic and planes.
Right then, let's summarise. So this may be a small car, but it's surprisingly spacious on the inside. It's got big car technology, and it feels a bit like a big car to drive in the way that it's very, very sensible. So it's rather like a Golf. And that brings me back to my original question. Is there any need to have a Golf when you can just have one of these? Do you know what? I'm not sure there is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and click on our logo to subscribe. Also, click on the video windows to watch more of our content.